we just heard. Nebuchadnezzar was at ease in my house and preparing and prospering in my place. I saw a dream that made me afraid. As I lay in bed, the fancies and visions of my head alarmed me. So I made a decree that all the wise men of Babylon should be brought before me, they might make known to me the interpretation of the dream. Then the magicians, the enchanters, the Chaldeans, and the astrologers came in and told them the dream, but they could not make known to me its interpretation. At last, Daniel came in before me, he who was named Belteshazzar after the name of my God, and in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. And I told him the dream, saying, O Belteshazzar, chief of magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy God is in you, and that no mystery is too difficult to you, tell me the visions of my dream that I saw and their interpretation. The visions of my head as I lay in my bed were these. I saw and behold a tree in the midst of the earth, and its height was great. The tree grew and became strong, and its top reached to heaven, and it was visible to the end of the whole earth. Its leaves were beautiful, and its fruit abundant, and in it was food for all. The beasts of the field found shade under it, and the birds of the heavens lived in its branches, and all the flesh was fed from it. I saw in the visions of my head as I lay in bed, and behold, a watcher, a holy one, came down from heaven, and proclaimed aloud and said thus, chop down the tree and lop off its branches, off its leaves, and scatter its fruit. Let the beasts flee from under it, and the birds from its branches, but leave the stump of its root in the earth, bound with a band of iron and bronze, amid the tender grass of the field. Let him be wet with dew of heaven. Let his portion be with the beast in the grass of the earth. Let his mind be changed from a man's, and let a beast's mind be given to him. And let 7 periods of time pass over him. The sentence is by the decree of the watchers, the decision of the word of the holy ones, to the end of the living may know the Most High rules the kingdom of men and gives it to whom he will, and sets over it the lowest of men. This dream I, King Nebuchadnezzar, saw, and you, O Belteshazzar, tell me the interpretation, because all the wise men of my kingdom are not able to make known to me the interpretation, but you are able, for the spirit of the holy God is in you. Let's break it down. What do y'all hear?
I'd like to point out, just to start with, even in 18 at the end, he says the spirit of the holy gods is in you, lowercase gods.
Yeah.
So he's already talking and bringing in his God back into this, is what we saw in verse 1 of chapter 4,
And
or verse 2 actually, that he's seen signs and wonders that the Most High God has done for him, and he's already fallen back into the other gods that he's serving.
I think in the initial opening 3 verses, this is a 7 years later. We're going to talk about the 7 times a little bit later, but I think this was written later on and to show the story, to tell that. Danny, what do you got on it?
I guess we could see the first thing, like any pagan, any person that is not really in the kingdom, they give lip service to God, right?
Yeah.
that's right.
It starts off with that. He's like praising God. How many people who entertainers, people, and we talk about today, right? Entertainers who have experienced God do something miraculous in their life, or athletes, whatever, they may praise God with their lips, but their actions are saying a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And that's not always the case, but there are a lot of people that do that. They give God lip service, and we can tell if we look closer at their lives, we could tell they're not really living for the one they were glorifying and praising. So this is what he was doing. He had experience. There was no doubt he'd experienced God do something miraculous when he delivered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from the fire furnace. I mean, he's
Yep.
just like, whoa, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so that right there alone caused him to come to a place in his life where he realized he is God, but he wasn't yet a worshiper.
Yes.
And we're gonna see that in this chapter, where I believe he becomes one at the end of this. But he had to be broken down to the point of a beast in order to get to that point. And there's a lot of people watching, a lot of people that come across this. That's how they are. They got to be brought down, so humbled so much. That's why when I preach this message, I called it the God who is able to humble.
Mm-hmm.
And because God is able to take the mightiest person who in this world, no matter who it is, and bring them down to nothing, because he's God and they're not. He's
That's
the
right.
sovereign one. He is the holy one. And we are just we're created beings, man. We're not gods. But sometimes with the, when we experience wealth and power, possessions, and some authority, we get that God complex in our mind, and people are looking up to us and all that. Well, we're going to see his dream. It's Daniel's going to give him the interpretation in a little bit, but he has his second dream.